Hi everyone. I wanted to make a video as a tribute to my all-time favorite guitar player, Mr. Felipe Staiti. He passed away, unfortunately. It caught me completely off guard 2 days ago, and I'm not sure if it was during the day or during the night, but I found out at night, and I wanted to make a video as a tribute to him. Believe it or not, I have some good news, something positive that I wanted to share with you all amidst all this. Well, it's just very sad, you know. It's very difficult. But anyway, so people ask me often, I have a lot of students and people that I meet from playing gigs and stuff like that, and they ask me who my favorite guitar player is, and I kind of shy away from that. I think lists are kind of dumb, to be honest with you. It's a very personal thing, who your favorite or who you think is the best. But the truth is, Felipe is and has always been and will always be my favorite guitarist for so many reasons. And I like to share some really cool stories to remember him. The main reason is he was my introduction to all these guys, you know, Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. Without Felipe kind of opened the door to all those guys for me. He was the first person that I ever heard and saw play guitar like that. I was a teenager when I started playing, and I knew about 3 songs, and I thought I knew what was up with the guitar. And then one day, one of my cousins invites me to go see Enanitos Verdes, and I didn't want to go. I was like, no, I'd only heard a song called Tu Cárcel. It's a pop song, and I just thought, no, I don't want to. I want to see that. I'm not interested in that. And so finally, she convinces me to go, and my parents actually also went to that show. It was at a very small club, 2 stories, and in Mexico. So I live in Brownsville, Texas, and on the border there's a city called Matamoros, and that's where they were playing. This was in 2005, so yeah, 21 years ago. Oh my goodness. And so I went, and it was wild. It was like an epiphany. Just one of those moments. I remember everything. I remember what I was wearing. I remember how my hair was styled. I remember the people that were there. I remember how the club smelled. I just remember all these little details, and watching him play, listening to that. I didn't know the guitar could sound like that. You know what I mean? He was doing the tapping, and he stuff with the whammy bar, and he had a sustainer on his guitar. I actually later got a guitar that was, I tried to make it out as close to his as possible. Here, let me show you guys. Oh, it's like a replica, pretty much. He's got a sustainer pickup here. And anyway, it allows for some really cool, some crazy sounds that you can get. And keep in mind, I'd only been playing for about 3 months. I had never heard Eruption. I had never heard Steve Vai. I didn't know about any of that. So seeing somebody do that, it had a massive impact on me. And that's why I'm making this video. One reason, there's another reason I'll let you guys know in a bit, but he's the reason why I decided I knew after that, I know it sounds cliche and super cheesy, but after that night, I knew I wanted to do that, play guitar like that. And later on, I went to school and I made these transcriptions of their live album. This one right here. This album as sort of like my thesis. And my professor, it took me about 8 months, and my professor, this was at Berkeley in Valencia, Spain, their Valencia campus. He was going to Argentina, and he said, give me a copy of your book, and I'll see if I can get it to him. So I did. I gave him a copy, and then one night, like at 3 in the morning, he sends me an email, Skyping with Felipe, a picture of him Skyping with him, and that was incredible. Victor Mendoza, shout out to my former professor, Victor Mendoza. And then when I did my presentation at PowerPoint and I presented the book, and these professors were there, and it was open to the public. Some of my friends went, and Felipe was there via Skype. You know, like my professor said, I have a surprise for you, and he turned his laptop around, and Felipe was there throughout the whole presentation. I think he was like at an airport or something. And it was just so many moments like that I had with Felipe, jamming, you know, backstage, that things that nobody even knows about, you know. And then he was kind enough later to let me jam with them two shows. You know, he didn't have to do that, and it was just, I can't believe he's gone, you know. But anyway, the cool thing, and what I want to, oh, by the way, another funny thing is, I've never asked Felipe for an autograph. I've known him for about 11 years, and I never asked him for an autograph until last year. I got to hang out with him and see him for a bit in Austin, and he signed this. I think that's pretty cool. I didn't take the whole guitar, I just unscrewed this and I took that, and yeah, he was kind enough to sign that. So many stories. I'm looking at this little amp here. This little Boss practice amp. I remember telling him about one of these, not this one, the previous one. And we went to Guitar Center one day, me and him, and he bought one for practice, and he would be, you know, warming up backstage. He said he would take it around with him, and then I think later he got like a little Spark or something. But anyway, so many memories, cool memories. Anyway, I'll finish the video already. I know I'm rambling, I'm going too long. But what I wanted to share with you guys as well is, so I put this down. I made these transcriptions, like I mentioned, this one, but then I also made this one. This is from a solo album that Felipe made in, I think it was like 2011, something like that. I'm not exactly sure of the date, the year this album came out, but it's a bunch of instrumental. Oh, I didn't even know this was here. That's a pic that he gave me a long time ago. It's basically like a Surfing with the Alien by Felipe, although he does sing in a few tracks. There's some sitar in there, a bunch of cool shred guitar stuff. And I wanted to offer it to you guys for free. I used to sell these. I don't really have any. I think I have like one more copy of this, a physical copy, but I have the PDFs. And if anybody wants to learn his music, please reach out. Send me an email. I'll include my email in the description, or just write a message, and I'll with your email, and I'll send it to you. I'll send one or both if you want. And yeah, just play his music, keep sharing it, spread the PDF all over the internet like wildfire. It's funny, I used to be all worried about copyright and when I first made it, and what if somebody just spreads, I don't care. I want to see it all over the internet, and hopefully you guys play some of his music, make some covers, and upload them, and keep his music alive. You know what I mean? So anyway, God bless you guys. Take care.